Welcome back to another episode. Squid Game has become one of the most popular shows on Netflix in history. And after its release, there was a ton of merchandise released for the show that were supposedly inspired by the series. But we have come to find out they're not actually inspired by the series at all. Today, we will be showing you some of the most interesting and scary truth about Squid Game that you probably didn't know. Let's get started with No. 1. Do you remember this creepy doll that was seen in the second game? Well, we all know that she was very realistic and some viewers were creeped out by her, which is understandable because of how lifelike she was. But did you know that this character is based off of a real person? Her name is Mo, and she's a Japanese actress who was very popular in the 90s. She would appear in many films and TV shows during that time, such as The Twilight Zone, Tokyo Vice, Love and Popo. In the series, she played the role of Sadako, who was a vengeful spirit that would crawl out of television screens and kill those who watched a cursed videotape. Number 2. Wang Dong-hyuk, the creator of Squid Game, had the idea for the series 6 years before he actually created it. He said that he came up with the concept while thinking about how competitive Korean society can be and how people are willing to do anything to get ahead. He also said that he wanted to create a series that would appeal to both adults and children. While developing the series, he encountered many obstacles, such as funding issues and difficulties in finding the right cast. However, he was eventually able to get the green light from Netflix, and the show was released in September of 2021. Since then, it has broken records as one of the most popular shows on the platform. At No. 3, some people might not know this, but actors from the series actually auditioned for their roles. There were thousands of actors that showed up to the auditions, and they had to go through several rounds of interviews and acting exercises before being selected. One of the most important things that the casting directors were looking for was someone who could play the role of the main character without any prior acting experience. They wanted to find an actor who was just an ordinary person so that the audience could relate to him more easily. Eventually, they found Lee Young-jae, who was perfect for the role. He had never acted before, but he was able to convince the casting directors with his natural charm and charisma. Other actors also went through rigorous auditions, such as Park Hae-soo, who played the role of the villain. He had to go through several rounds of interviews and psychological testing before being cast in the series. Moving on at No. 4, there's a secret meaning behind the honeycomb toffee game. This is where the players had to remove certain shapes from a piece of honeycomb candy without breaking it. If they removed the wrong shape, they would be eliminated from the game. This game is a metaphor for how people in Korean society are often under a lot of pressure to conform. The honeycomb candy represents the expectations and rules that are placed on people, and the shapes represent the different ways that people can conform or break the mold. For example, the circle is a symbol of conformity, the triangle represents rebellion, and the star symbolizes creativity. The game also reflects the cutthroat competition that exists in Korean society. The players are willing to do whatever it takes to win, even if it means eliminating their friends or family members. Moving on to No. 5, the glass staircase game was actually inspired by a real event. This is when the players had to walk across a series of glass panels that were suspended in midair. If they stepped on a fake glass panel, they would fall to their death. This game is based on the true story of a man who fell to his death while trying to take a selfie. In 2014, a 20-year-old man in China climbed onto the roof of a residential building in order to take a photo. He leaned too far over the edge and lost his balance, causing him to fall several stories to his death. The man's friends and family were devastated, but they were also angry at the building as management for not taking safety precautions to prevent such an accident from happening. The glass staircase game in Squid Game is a way for the creator to pay homage to this tragic event and raise awareness about the importance of safety. Moving on to number 6, one of the most popular characters in the series is the robot. But did you know that it was almost played by a human actor? In fact, the creators of the series had initially planned to cast a real person in the role. They wanted to find someone who was tall and muscular with a robotic voice. However, they soon realized that it would be difficult to find an actor who met all of these requirements. They also wanted the robot to be able to move around quickly and precisely, which would have been impossible for a human actor to do. Ultimately, they decided to go with a robot instead, and it's a good thing they did, because the robot became one of the most iconic characters in the series. At number 7, if you watch the series, you probably noticed that the main character always seemed to be one step ahead of the other players. He was able to figure out the rules of the games quickly, and he was always prepared for what was about to happen. This might seem like a plot device, but it's actually a reflection of the creator's writing style. He always plans ahead, and he likes to have a clear vision of where the story is going. This allows him to keep the audience engaged and guessing what will happen next. Next, at number 8, if you haven't noticed yet, the series has a lot of symbolism. For example, the main character's name is Seong-ji Hun, which means action and wealth. This reflects his journey throughout the series, as he goes from being a poor, unemployed man to becoming the richest person in Korea. The series also uses color symbolism to represent different themes. For example, the color red is used to symbolize danger and violence, while the color green represents nature and hope. By using these symbols, the creator is able to add depth and meaning to the series. Finally, at 9, if you think that the series is over, you might want to think again. Although the show has not been renewed for a second season yet, the creator has said that he has already come up with ideas for future seasons. He wants to explore different games and themes, but he also wants to continue following the main character and his friends. The show might be over, but the world of Squid Game is just getting started. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning some interesting and scary truths about Squid Game. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.